Should you be revising for your GCSEs in year 10? Which month should you start revising for your GCSEs? This is advice coming from a girl who got almost all grade 9s because I did, in fact, get 2 8s. But before I get into any specifics, let me define revision for you. Revision is the act of going over work you have already done in order to prepare for an exam. Now, the key part of that sentence is work already done, implying work you have already gone through and understood. The main problem that people face when they are revising for their GCSEs is that they are going over content that they didn't understand the first time around. And I am not exempt from this, especially not at GCSE. There were so many things in so many of my GCSEs, particularly maths, that I didn't understand first time around. So my revision wasn't really revision. It was learning properly for the first time. In every single lesson, you should make an active effort to understand what is going on. If there is anything that you really don't understand, you should be asking your teacher. You should be going home, watching a YouTube video on it, trying to read your textbook, get your head around things. If you do that every day, you don't need to start revising early because you will be on top of your work. So the question on everybody's lips, when should you start properly revising? The truth is, I can't give you an answer to that question because I can't define your properly revising. When people say properly revising, they mean vastly different things. But in my case, my year 11 November mocks were a huge wake-up call because I realised I'd been slacking. I'd not been staying on top of things, and my grades really reflected that. I was getting grade 3s in subjects that I came out of my real GCSEs with 9s in. I was really dedicating a good chunk of time to revising for my GCSEs from about January, but that's not to say you should do the same thing. My GCSE revision season was so intense, particularly in the summer, because there were quite simply things I had never learned before. And that is my own fault for not listening. So if you take one thing away from this video, I don't want it to be revised on this specific date. I want it to be understand everything as you're going along. Review topics that you're not currently doing in the class. That consistency rather than intensity is what will actually allow you to get perfect grades at GCSE. If you found this video helpful, be sure to save it for later and follow for more daily study tips.